Welcome back to the daily Living Jewish Kitzur Shulchan Aruch class. Today we conclude section 60 of the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, which discusses brachas that are made on special sites. We yesterday began to speak about unusual people, and we continue to discuss them today. And the idea was that if a person sees something that is strikingly different from what he's used to seeing, then he recognizes that this too is by the hands of Hashem, and he blesses Hashem for that. So we spoke about people that see people that look very strange to them. They've never seen a person that looked like that before. A special bracha could be made. And the singer, he continues with that same concept of here in halacha 14. Where are we? We're in the wrong section over here. In halacha 14, if you see any of the following again, you would say the bracha B'shana Habriyos, blessed are you Hashem, who changes the creations or makes strange creations. A crippled person, an amputee, that is to say a person whose hands were amputated, a blind person, one afflicted with open sores, or a person covered with freckles, that is a person whose skin is speckled with white spots. Obviously this wouldn't be in a place where it's normal, in a place where it's not normal. If these are birth defects, but if they were afflicted after birth, the latter few, obviously not an amputee, and to see them causes you distress, that instead of saying the creator of strange things, you would say the truthful judge, which is a bracha that a person says, Baruch Ta'ala Emes, upon seeing something that is very upsetting. When we see something that's very upsetting, then we acknowledge that Hashem is a true judge and everything he does has its reason. So similarly, if a person sees a very disturbing sight as far as what a person is dealing with, then he could say Baruch Dayan Ha'emes, not in the context of death, but in the context of something terrible, an awful sight. On the flip side, to end on a positive note, when you see beautiful trees, this is all talking about exceptional, something that you're startled by, or good-looking creatures, even if it is a heathen, by casually glancing at him, since gazing at him is forbidden. Meaning, even if he's somebody who does not believe in God, or I'm not sure the exact definition of a heathen. It means an idolater, somebody who serves idols. So he says by casually glancing at him, since you shouldn't gaze at him excessively if he's an idolater, because you don't want to be attracted to idolatry. But if you do see these exceptionally beautiful, good-looking people or creatures, then you could say the bracha Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu melech ha'olam shekacha lai be'alamai, who has such as this in his world. So we acknowledge Hashem, wow, this is unbelievable what you've put together. So if you see an exceptionally beautiful person, that's the bracha that would be said. This bracha is said only when you see them the first time, and it should not be repeated when you see them again or others of the same kind, unless the latter are more beautiful than the former. Now for men, this would not apply to seeing a beautiful woman, because a man shouldn't be gazing at a beautiful woman other than his wife, as this can lead him to inappropriate thoughts. That concludes the laws of special brachas for unusual sites. Thanks so much for joining. Please God, tomorrow we'll begin the next and final section, which is Birchas HaGoibel, if a person has been saved from a dangerous situation, the laws involving the bracha that he said, quite a common phenomena, where somebody will come to shul and say HaGoibel,